Welcome back, brothers and sisters, to Crystals and Codes. Thank you for joining me here today. We're going to be exploring something that is deeply relevant to all of our lives. Something that touches every single one of us, every single day. Let's talk about our gadgets, our screens, our toys, and our distractions, and what they may actually be doing to our energy, our growth, and our evolution as spiritual beings. We shall begin by reading a passage. This comes from the Ra material, also known as the Law of One, a series of channeled transmissions recorded in the early 1980s by a group of researchers named LL Research. Remember to keep something in mind as we read this. This was recorded long before the advent of smartphones or social media. This material was channeled even before the majority of the world had ever heard of the word internet. And yet, every single word feels like it was written for us, right now, today. Questioner: can you give me the same type of information that we have been getting here with respect to the unmanifested interacting between self and gadgets and toys and inventions? I am Ra. In this particular instance, we again concentrate for the most part in the orange and in the yellow energy centers. In a negative sense, many of the gadgets among your peoples, that is what you call your communication devices and other distractions such as the less competitive games, may be seen to have the distortion of keeping the mind-body-spirit complex unactivated, so that yellow and orange ray activity is much weakened, thus carefully decreasing the possibility of eventual green ray activation. Others of your gadgets may be seen to be tools whereby the entity explores the capabilities of its physical or mental complexes, and in some few cases, the spiritual complex, thus activating the orange ray in what you call your team sports, and in other gadgets such as your modes of transport. These may be seen to be ways of investigating the feelings of power, more especially power over others or a group power over another group of other selves. Questioner: what is the general overall effect of television on our society with respect to this catalyst? Ra. I am Ra. Without ignoring the green ray attempts of many to communicate via this medium such information of truth and beauty as may be helpful, we must suggest that the sum effect of this gadget is that of distraction and sleep. All right, now let's go through the breakdown together. Ra speaks about the orange and yellow energy centers. These are our second and third chakras. The orange ray governs our personal identity, our creativity, our sense of self in relation to others. The yellow ray governs our social identity, how we show up in groups, in community, in society. These are incredibly important centers of growth and activation on our path. And what Ra is telling us is this: many of our gadgets and devices are quietly, gently, and very effectively keeping these energy centers dormant. Think about the less competitive games Ra mentions, the casual scrolling, the passive entertainment, the hours spent watching content without any real engagement or challenge. In the 1980s, Ra might have been talking about simple arcade games or daytime television. Today, we're talking about hours upon hours on social media feeds, autoplay video platforms, idle mobile games that reward you just for tapping a screen. The technology has changed enormously. The effect has not. When we sit in passive consumption, when we let the screen do all the thinking, all the feeling, all the experiencing for us, we aren't growing. We aren't being challenged. Our mind-body-spirit complex, as Ra calls it, simply powers down. It's like a muscle that never gets used. Over time, it weakens. And here is the gentle but profound warning Ra gives us. When the orange and yellow rays are weakened, the possibility of green ray activation, the heart chakra, the center of unconditional love, compassion, and true spiritual opening, decreases. The path to the heart runs through an engaged, activated self. Distraction closes that door, slowly and quietly, without us even noticing. Now, Ra does make an important distinction here, and I love that this was called out. Not all gadgets are the same. There are devices and activities that actually do activate and stretch us. Ra points to team sports as a clear example. Think about what it feels like to be part of a great sports team. a basketball player moving in perfect synchrony with their teammates, an NFL player stepping onto the field on game day, a soccer player scoring a goal in front of thousands of people. There is a genuine activation happening there of the body, the mind, the willpower, the identity. These players feel powerful, capable, and very much alive. That activation, Ra tells us, is real orange ray energy at work. The same principle applies to other modes of what Ra calls transport. Think about the driver of a high-performance luxury car, the focus, the presence, the mastery required. Or a pilot, a sailor, someone who operates something powerful with skill and precision. There is an exploration of personal capability happening. Now, Ra is also careful here. This can tip into power over others, a competitive, ego-driven energy that keeps us in the lower rays rather than ascending toward the heart. But the activation itself is genuine. These are not the same as lying on a couch scrolling for 3 hours. There is a crucial difference between passive consumption and engaged experience. So what is the overall message here for us today, with our phones in our pockets and our streaming services on every screen? Ra's words are not meant to shame us. They are not a condemnation. They are a gentle, loving mirror held up so that we can see clearly what is happening to our energy and make conscious choices. Ask yourself, when you pick up your phone, when you turn on the TV, when you open that app, are you activating yourself or are you powering down? Is this experience stretching you, inspiring you, connecting you? Or is it simply filling time while your beautiful spirit sits quietly waiting to be called upon? And here is where we must end with an important truth that Ra themselves acknowledge. Even through these very same screens, these very same devices, there are souls out there doing the sacred work. There are creators, teachers, artists, healers, and truth-tellers who are using these media to transmit what Ra identifies as information of truth and beauty. YouTube channels, podcasts, films, music. These platforms carry within them real light, real love, real catalysts for awakening. The medium is not inherently dark. It is how we use it and how consciously we engage with it that determines its effect on our evolution. So as always, dear ones, the invitation is simply this: be awake, be intentional. Let your devices serve your growth rather than replace it. Seek out the beauty that is genuinely here to be found. And remember that your mind, your body, and your spirit are always ready to be activated, always waiting, always willing, the moment you choose to show up for yourself. I want to thank you for including crystals and codes in your journey today. If this resonated with you, please comment and let me know how, and share it with someone who might need to hear it. And until next time, keep shining and keep seeking. With so much love, namaste.